welcome to my first ever championship match preview. I'm joined by Theo from All Things Played. Theo, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, very excited for the season to get started. I'm sure you are as well.
It has been a long 3 months without it. We had the World
Yeah,
Cup in
100%.
between, the disappointment, but no, club football's back. That's the main thing.
Absolutely. Obviously, let's start with Sheffield United. You've had an interesting transfer window so far. It's fair to say you've brought in Matt Doherty on a free transfer, Ramel Donovan on loan, and Calvin Phillips on loan. How do you feel about them?
I mean, it's interesting to say the least. Obviously, Calvin Phillips we had in January, only making 3 appearances, getting a red card in the Steel City derby, of course, and then the other 2 games we lost. But in the games, you could really see his quality, but he just wasn't fit at all. That's the main thing. I mean, he picked up a booking in every single game that he played for us. I don't think he's going to feature on Saturday. I would really doubt if he featured. But the main thing is, if he is fit, which is a big if, we've got a top quality championship player. But is that going to be the case? We don't actually know, which is unfortunate. Then with Donovan, we've got a young player, obviously has played at Birmingham before, was rated under Wayne Rooney. I think it was Rooney that he was mainly
Yeah,
integrated with. And then obviously went to Brentford, had a few loan spells, but this is his first real chance in the championship, I'd say. He's matured as a player a bit. Very raw still, but obviously he's going to get a few chances with us. I think Chong's injured. He went off injured last game. Not sure he's going to make it for Saturday. But we shall see. And then Doherty, I think, is going to be our backup right back for Sariki. As Sariki's very highly rated. But Doherty brings good experience. Obviously, played a lot at Wolves and then went back to him last season. Didn't work out, obviously, as they struggled in the Premier League. But I don't mind it as a signing if it's a backup. But if he was coming in to start, then it's a bit questionable. So it's been all over the place. I mean, we've lost our best player. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong, in Gustavo Harmer, but it's not been as bad as people make it out to be, I'd say, because we've still got some top quality championship players, but we have lost our best player and not replaced
Yeah.
him yet.
I mean,
So,
obviously, I'm happy for Saturday to see Hamer go. I'll be honest with you, but I do think you sold
yeah,
him for a little under what he's worth. I don't think 6 million was enough money for him.
no, definitely not. I mean, he got 49 goal contributions in 3 seasons, which is very, very good, especially with one of them being in the Premier League as well. And just most of the time, things went through him. It's going to be hard to get a replacement. I mean, I assume we will go for like a Prem loan, as it's the closest we'll really get, as we won't spend like 10 million or something on a replacement. It'll be 4 million max, I'd say. And it'd probably be overseas, which is obviously risky. But time will tell. Maybe we'll play a blinder and get a even better player, but I highly doubt it. Gonna miss him, but what can you do?
Well, yeah. I mean, when the Premier League calls, the call gets answered
Exactly.
at the end of the day.
Especially when
But
it's
obviously,
Coventry and he used to play for him. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, well, how do you feel Sheffield United should do this season? Because obviously last year I thought they were very disappointing and they underwhelmed for quite a lot of the season. Are you expecting a playoff push this season or
I
mid-table again?
think we could finish anywhere from fifth to 15th. I know it's a big, big bracket, but I think top four is pretty much set. I think Norwich will be up there, and then Burnley obviously will probably be in the playoffs as well. And I think there's about 2 spots that other teams could potentially push into. We've got the quality, do not get me wrong, but it's getting the best out of the players. I think last season, the main thing that went wrong was obviously appointing sellers and ruining our whole summer plan, and then him bringing players in, and only one of them turned out to be an all right signing, which is Japhet Tanganga. But we still overpaid for him, in my opinion. I mean, we spent 10 million on him when we were getting quoted 6 million in the January prior. So yeah, it's frustrating that last season was ruined. Obviously, I think the championship wasn't as strong as it is this season, but I think that gets said every single year. To be fair, but a lot of teams are spending more money this season. If I was going to give an honest prediction, I would probably say 11th. If I was going to give my biased prediction, I'd say 8th. So
Yeah,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It really depends on how we play. Well, obviously, it depends on how we play, but you never know which Sheffield United you're going to get pretty much. We ended last season quite well with a win over Derby, but we go through patches where we're unbelievable, then we go through patches where we're absolutely horrific. So Chris Wilder will probably get the best out of them, but I don't know if it'll be enough for playoffs. Put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll finish in a similar position. I mean, I put us in fifth in the early predictions, but I think we've had such an underwhelming transfer window in terms of we haven't bought enough players. We've bought
Yeah,
two players that played for us last year. Lund's a good signing, but obviously Wagner's a massive loss going back to the
yeah,
States.
definitely.
Vasquez, I don't know a lot about him. I just think he's there to be a backup for Stansfield. And then who else did we sign? Yeah, well, we signed Beadle and Solis. Yeah, it's just overall really underwhelming transfer window. Um,
Yeah,
and if we don't sign it, and obviously we've missed out on Gelhardt recently, so I think
mhm,
we could finish in a similar position to Sheffield United. I think if we don't sign anybody.
exactly. Yeah, it's definitely hard to predict as well with the transfer window not ending, sorry, till the end of the month and the season starting this week. So a lot could happen in the next 2 weeks. I mean, anyone could literally leave, anyone could join. That's the thing. Someone could come in for Stansfield tomorrow, for all you know, and then
Well,
there you
yeah,
go.
I
You
mean,
could get a replacement. Could work, couldn't. It's very unpredictable. It's the main flaw, I think, but obviously they've done it just in case teams get injuries, so you can actually replace them. But it's frustrating. I can imagine. I mean, Chris Wilder mentioned it in his press conference last week how he can't stand it because he wants his team to be ready for the season. But we haven't had our team ready for a season in about 6 years now. Honestly, our business is always last minute, which leaves us left behind. But that's the championship for you. Things can change in a moment, and it's very unpredictable.
yeah, exactly. I mean, as long as we start well, because obviously the first 8 games are difficult. I see Chris Davis going quite early if we don't start well.
Yeah,
And then I think the only way we save our season is getting an unknown top manager in to try and save us, a bit like what Norwich did with Clement.
yeah, definitely. That completely transformed their season. Our opening games aren't too bad, to be honest. I mean, obviously we've got Birmingham the opening game, then we've got two back-to-back South Wales trips away in Swansea and Cardiff. Then we've got Bolton at home. So I think at least 6 points
Oh
from
yeah,
them, hopefully, and that would be an all right
100%.
start. And then we kick on from there. But that's the thing. I mean, last season we didn't get a point in. I think it took us 7 games to get a point. That's how bad it was, and we were only I don't even know how far we're off playoffs. So about 11 points, I think. It's just we never start well. That's our main problem, and it leaves us always chasing. But that's the championship for you, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. Well, obviously on to Saturday. Are you feeling confident to get off to a winning start?
The thing is, I don't think any Sheffield United fan knows what the starting 11 would be. And I think when you look at a top quality club, they know what their strongest 11 is, which we definitely don't. I mean, we know Cooper's going to start, we know Sariki's going to start, we know Tanganga's going to start, and we know Bamford's going to start. Then, other than that, it's just pretty much a guessing game. We've got one available fit winger at the minute in Donovan, and obviously he hasn't really played much before. So we could look to go for a more central team. I think both teams are going to definitely score. I think it'll be 2-1 either way. But honestly, I couldn't tell you which way. I'd back us, but then again, we never really start well in a championship. I mean, I remember when we played Birmingham at home on a Friday night, I think it was 2021, 2022 season when Maxime Collins scored,
Oh yeah.
when we had Jokanovic as our manager. We were expected to steamroll that game, and obviously we lost 1-0. So
Yeah.
it's hard. It's very hard to predict, but I'd say 2-1 us, but do not be surprised if it's 2-1 to you, put it that way.
I mean, I noticed there was obviously we beat Swansea in the cup the other day, and that was a good win. But I noticed that there was two things that struck me that was a problem. I think the problem was that we had the same starting 11 as we did in the final game of last season, so with no new signings started.
Yeah,
For me, that's a worry. If we can't leave it till January again, we waited too late to make top signings like Vicente and Prisco in January, have come in and done really well. And the other thing, the away performances are still terrible. Like, I mean, I was at Sheffield United away last season. We got absolutely hammered
yeah.
3-0.
When Doyle,
We
yeah,
Tommy Doyle's red card was terrible.
yeah,
And we that was probably one of the better away performances, despite going down to 10 men and losing 3-0. Like, with such a contrast between home and away form, it's quite concerning, actually, really.
Yeah, it's like similar to us, to be honest. Our home form's usually a lot better than our away form, but it was the other way around last season, which was really strange for us. I mean, Chris Wilder tries to make Bramall Lane a fortress as much as he can, but last season it was absolutely shocking how many home games we lost. The amount of times it was 3-0 down, stuff like that was dreadful. But the thing is, neither of us have got our transfer business done. So it's going to be
No,
hard to predict
exactly.
how we're going to do this season. And obviously, this game's up in the air. We don't know how each other are going to do. But I'm slightly confident, but it's just hard to predict. Like you never want to say your team's going to lose, but it's obviously very possible. I mean, you look at Middlesbrough's transfer business, compare it to us, and it's completely different. Obviously, they've got the sale of Hayden Hackney and then the money from Rodgers as well, whereas
Yeah.
we've only generated about 15 million. But it's just the ambition. Even Norwich signing Andre Brooks from us, that just shows the ambition of a team that wants to play in the Premier League, whereas us, we're just not taking them risks, which we have to take, in my opinion, in the Championship.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we need to splash a few quid in the next couple of weeks because I saw us linked with Mehmeti, I saw us linked with obviously Gelhart and with Jack Taylor. I don't know why we've not put any bids in. We're wasting our time, and it's going to be too late before we can really get as good team together to push on for promotion this year. Because anything less than top eight is a massive failure for us, considering the money we have.
Definitely. Yeah, exactly. With the revenue that you get as well, you should definitely be aiming for the playoffs. But you've just got to show the ambition in a transfer market. That's the main thing. Like when you went up, obviously last season, there was a lot of talk about you go doing back-to-back promotions, and unfortunately, you missed out on the playoffs. Obviously, you had a good start to be fair against Ipswich, which was a good
Yeah.
game in the opening game, but then I think it was a bit let down by expectations. And then obviously more of the focus now has gone on to Wrexham because they've been
Oh
spending
well,
a
yeah.
lot more money and they're
Right.
apparently the favourites.
I think Wrexham are doing exactly what we should have done last season and buy experienced Championship players. We keep buying I'll call them unknowns because a lot of the players we've bought I don't know a lot about.
Yeah.
Some of them have turned out to be good. Some of them have turned out to be really crap, like Kyogo.
Mm,
Obviously I knew him from Celtic, but he was shocking. Kumas was terrible, and
yeah,
then Wrexham signed Windass, Kiefer Moore, and Wrexham got it spot on. We didn't.
exactly. And look at the Callum Doyle signing as well from Wrexham. An
Oh yeah,
absolute bargain for them. I mean, a Premier League club could easily come in for him. The only thing is he's not that quick. But we had a deal lined up for him last summer to sign him for 5 million, and then we got rid of Wilder, so it all went to pot. And then he obviously ends up going to Wrexham and becomes a top quality Championship centre back, which is what we're missing right now. I mean, we spent £6 million on Mark McGuinness, and Wilder's literally openly said he does not want him at the football club, which is very frustrating. But it's what happens,
yeah,
unfortunately, when you sign the wrong players.
exactly. I mean, I don't know what to expect this season. I think obviously if Davis goes, I see a bit more forward attacking football. I don't see the away form improving based on the Swansea game, especially if we don't bring any signings in. And I actually think we could get beat by Sheffield United the weekend. I mean, I'm saying 1-1, but that's generous for us to be honest, based on how we've been playing.
Yeah, either way, I think it's going to be a close game. There's going to be no thrashings, obviously, unless there's a red card again or something like that. Obviously, we aren't up there as one of the favourites in the league. You aren't really either, but we should both be pushing for the playoffs if we're talking about stature of the club and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's it's a big if. It's a big if. I think we both need strong ends to the window. Obviously, there's a lot of scrutiny under our owners at the minute as well with what's happening with our
Yeah,
previous owner, which obviously is a distraction for us. But I think we just need to get the business done as I think we've got a good run of form in the first month, then after that it'll obviously be difficult. We should be looking to pick up 6+
yeah,
points, and that would be a solid start to the championship season, obviously, because it's 2 points to get in.
yeah. I mean,
But if you lose your first, yeah,
I was very impressed by Sheffield United at Mansfield on Sunday, especially the first goal. Some of the football they played was great, and I think if they can perform like that on Saturday, we will definitely get beat.
exactly, yeah. That's the thing, though. Is it just because it's against a League One team? It's hard to tell, to be honest. But The second half we were really dominant, but again, our set pieces for the opposition, we were so lucky to not concede. Michael Cooper absolutely bailed us out. We're just so poor defensively from him. I feel like a goal literally changes the game. Say they equalise on the stroke half time, I think we would go on to lose that just because our mentality in recent years has been so poor. But we've got young players in the team like Ryan One when he came on against Mansfield. He looked really bright. And then Tom Cannon, I don't know how he was starting, to be honest. He was so poor. I think he was the worst player on the pitch. But obviously, we paid that big fee for him. I think Wilder just wants to prove that he's a good footballer and he won't back down on starting him. So, unfortunately, I see him in line to start on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, who would you say is your key player this season? Obviously, now Hamer's gone. There's less attention on him as an individual, but who would you say now Sheffield United can rely on the most in terms of getting goals and assists?
In terms of goals and assists, it's hard to tell. Obviously, we've got Patrick Bamford, who had a very strong season last year, but will he do the same this season? It's hard to tell. But our best player overall, I think, this season will hands down be City Peck. I can see him adding a few
Yeah,
more goals this season and a few more assists as well. He looked so good against Mansfield. I think him and Rothwell could form a very good partnership. Obviously, we've got Calvin Phillips in the midfield as well. So if you want to change formation, could drop a bit deeper. I wouldn't look past Callum O'Hare either. Obviously, he will be the main man in the attack now that Gustavo Harmer's gone. And he had his best spell for us when Hamer was out injured. So yeah, he looked very bright the other day. It's just a shame he doesn't often shoot that much because he actually got a good shot in him, but he always looks for that extra pass, unfortunately, which frustrates a lot of fans. But he will always give 110%. And I think when you lose one of your main players, it puts a bit more pressure on the rest, which we could potentially thrive.
yeah. Oh, he's gone.
All right.
Ah, there we go. I think it was a cut out my end.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think in terms of us, I think this season Priska's going to be very big for us. I think we've been lacking a sort of clinical striker for a long time. Yes, he struggled when he came in. I mean that was natural with getting used to a new league. But in pre-season, he got 6 goals. He scored against Swansea in the cup.
Yeah.
He looks really good. But I mean, he's. I think the main player for Sheffield United to watch out for is Carlos Vicente. He is another level. He's fantastic. He's got all the quality that we need. Um, Dribbling, passing, crossing, everything. He's a fantastic player. I'm really looking forward to seeing him in a blue shirt for a full season.
Yeah, no, definitely. Sound like you've got some good threats, whereas our defence at the minute is a bit shaky, obviously, because we do not have two good centre backs. I mean, we've got Tanganga, but we've got McGuinness, who, yeah, he's questionable. And then we've got Jamal Baptiste, who was relegated in League One last season. So I think you'll definitely score against us. Do not be surprised if you score more than one because we're all over the place. As soon as we concede one, we pretty much capitulate.
Obviously, on the opening day of last season, it was a disaster for Sheffield United. They were absolutely hammered by Bristol City. I mean, I'm hoping that kind of thing happens again if the defence is shaky. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with both of our teams ahead of the game.
Definitely, yeah. I think a lot of changes will happen in the next few weeks for both of us. You'd like to hope to think so anyway. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if Chris Wilder ends up going back in for Jack Robinson because he absolutely loves him.
Yeah,
He's like Marmite for our fans. Some people actually like him. I wouldn't mind him as a backup, but if we're starting him, we're not going to be at the top end of the championship, unfortunately.
yeah, I don't mind Jack Robinson. I think he started terribly. He got 2 red cards in like his first three, but then he was actually quite consistent for the end of the season. He's a good backup defender for us because obviously Clara's top quality and Neumann's good, and obviously Dale Fry was the other signing we made. He's again great championship player. So if we sold Robinson, I wouldn't be disappointed, but he's also there as a good backup, I think. So it's really important.
Exactly, yeah. And he has that experience as well in the dressing room, knows what it's like to be promoted as well. So that's what you
Yeah,
need in a dressing room if you want to succeed.
yeah. But well, that's all. Thank you very much, Leo.
Thank you. No problem. It was great.
Yeah,
Enjoyed
well,
it.
yeah, thank you
And
very much.
I
Good.
would say good luck on Saturday, but I'm
Yeah,
not too
well,
sure I want to wish any
yeah,
good luck.
we shall see. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.